Launching game. Welcome, adventurer, to Mountain Blade Warband. Before beginning the game, you must create your character. Remember that in traditional medieval society depicted in the game, war and politics are usually dominated by male members of the nobility. That does not, however, mean you should not choose to play a female character, or one who is not of noble birth. Male nobles may have somewhat easier start, but women and commoners can attain all the same goals, and in fact may have much more interesting, if more challenging, early game. Continue. Select your character's gender. Male. We will be... You were born years ago in a land far away, and your father was a hunter. You were the son of a family who lived off the woods, doing whatever they needed to make ends meet. Hunting, woodcutting, making arrows, even a spot of poaching whenever things got tight. Winter was never a good time for your family, as the cold took animals and people alike, but you always lived to see another dawn, though your brothers and sisters might not be so fortunate. You started to learn about the world almost as soon as you could walk and talk. You spent your early life as a craftsman's apprentice, no, a street urchin. So growing out of childhood, you took to the streets doing whatever you must to survive, begging, thieving, and working for gangs to earn your bread. You lived from day to day in this violent world, always one step ahead of the law and those who wished you ill. Then as a young adult, life changed as it always does, and you became a game poacher. Though the distinction felt sudden to you, somewhere along the way you became a man, and the whole world seemed to change around you. Dissatisfied with all the common men's desperate scrabble for coin, you took to your local lord's own forest and decided to help yourself to its bounty. Laws be damned, you hunted stags, boars, and geese and sold the precious meat under the table. You cut down trees right under the watchmen's noses and turned them into firewood that warmed many freezing homes during the winter. All for a few silvers, of course. But soon everything changed, and you decided to strike out on your own as an adventurer. What made you take this decision was wanderlust. Only you knew exactly what caused you to give up your old life and become an adventurer. You're not even sure when your home became a prison, when the familiar became mundane, but your dreams of wandering have taken your life, over your life. Whether you yearn for some faraway place or merely for the open road and freedom to travel, you could no longer bear to stay in the same place. You simply went and never looked back. Became an adventurer. Now enter your name and distribute your skills. Name here. Name is Jovian. And see Jovian. We have a little higher intelligence, some good strength, and let's say a little good charisma. Let's give ourselves a power strike, weapon master, athletics, one more point. There we go. just your face. Let's randomize. How do you like my mustache? I think I don't talk like this. You don't understand. You hear about Calradia, a land torn between rival kingdoms, battling each other over supremacy. A haven for knights and mercenaries, cutthroats and adventurers, all willing to risk their lives in pursuit of fortune, power, or glory. And this land holds great dangers, even great opportunities. If you believe you may leave your past behind and start a new life, you feel that finally you hold the key of your destiny in your hands, free to choose as you will, and whatever course you take, great adventures will await you. Drawn by the stories you hear about Caladria and its kingdoms, you join a caravan to Tolga in the whatever. No, take a ship to Sargoth in the kingdom of the Nords. Let's do it. You took passage with a trading longship carrying Gyre falcons from the furthest reaches of the north and be bartered for linen and wool. Really? You're going to take Gyre falcons to trade for linen and wool? Okay. It is said early in the season, but the master reckoned that the risk of drifting ice and latter winter storms could be justified by arriving ahead of the sea raiders, who by April would sailing forth from their island lairs to ravage blah 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 blah. Okay. Continue. You're exhausted for the time you hit the inn, fall asleep. You awake before dawn, expect Let's continue. Got on you. Spiked mace. Take it.
Are you alright? Well, I guess you're alive, at any rate. I'm not sure that we can say the same for the other fellow. That's one less thief to trouble our streets at night, although heaven knows he won't be there last. Anyway, maybe you can help me with something. Let's talk more inside, out of here. We don't know who's listening.
The merchant takes you to his house. Once inside, he stands by the door for a while, checking the street, then finally, convinced you have not been followed, comes near you to speak. Yes?
Now, let me explain my proposition. We've always had brigands in the halls, driven by banditry, by war, death, or love of violence. Recently, however, they've been getting bolder, leaving their camps in the wild and venturing into town, looking for unwary prey. The watch commander tells us it's because of all the fighting on the frontiers. Fewer men to keep an eye on the streets, but I'm not sure what to make of that. It seems to me that the most logical explanation is that these bandits have an ally inside the walls who helps them enter unnoticed and helps them identify particularly tempting targets. Last week, you see,
They took my brother. I don't know what my brother was thinking. A lad from a prominent house, out alone after dark in the times like these. Well, I suppose you were too. But a stranger here, and didn't know how bad things have become. He had no such excuse. He's family. So what can you do? If you don't protect your kin, then people will start thinking you can't protect your investments either, and I can't have that. No doubt the gang will soon send word about a ransom, but I don't care to pay it. I am interested. So here's my proposition. You look like you've had a bit of experience with a blade, and more importantly, you must have a bit of fire under your belly, or you wouldn't have come into Caladia to seek your fortune. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Gather a small party, track down these bandits to their lair, teach them a lesson they won't forget, get my brother back safe. In return, you'll earn my lasting gratitude and a bit of silver. What do you say? Sir, you got yourself a deal. I'm interested. Alright, I got dinars. I gotta go collect 5 men. Very good, sir. I'll go collect some men from around the villages. Good. You can find me again in the tavern here in Sargoth. After you've gotten a group together, we'll speak about what to do next. Okay, you have taken your first quest. You may view your game quest by pressing big button at any time in the game. Cool. Those are some big cabbages. Ooh, Sargoth. Troops. What the hell?
That's a nice head you have on your shoulders.
I'm not afraid of you. I will fight. Charge the enemy against 17 guys. sucked.